Well, friends, yep, we just finished loading up a face cord of some wood for this particular new account. So, thank you very much. And you see where we are. That's right, at Cracker Barrel, at store number 555 in New Freedom, Pennsylvania. Hey gang, I just wanted to address something that we had from our commercial account. The corporate gave us a list of specifications of what a face cord was, as well as the length of a traditional piece of wood. I know that the account is asking for 24 inch, what are 2 foot long pieces of wood, but I know, is there anybody else out there that's asking for 24-inch wood? That's something I certainly would like to know. Plus, their face cord is saying that it's 4 by 8, which is not a problem. That's pretty typical. But it's by 24, which means their face cord is equivalent to a half of a full cord, where a face cord in normal conditions is usually a third of a cord. So I wish there was some type of white paper or association that we had that could define what a face cord was. You know, I know in the state of Pennsylvania, the law actually says that there is no such thing as a face cord, but you can do it as a percentage of a cord, which would be a third. So if you define it as a face cord, I know in Pennsylvania, they say that there is no such thing, specifically no such thing, as a face cord or a rick, and it's only considered as part of a percentage of a full cord, which is defined by 128 square cubic feet, right? Not square, but cubic feet. So that is something I think as an industry we need to address in some way, shape, or form. If there was an association of woodhounds, basically, that would be an awesome opportunity for us to be able to define what an industry standard is. And right now, there's a couple websites I saw that they talk about industry standards, but that's basically because they state it rather than as an industry fact. An industry fact would mean that there is an association that publishes something called a white paper that indicates what or defines these specific type of terms. And the white paper is normally sent to corporations or whatever who try to redefine it, and the association can really say, no, that's not how it's really defined. And in a court of law, that's also, I believe, a white paper takes precedence. I'm not an attorney, but in my experience under association as being executive vice president, or not executive, senior vice president of a national trade association, I know that a white paper makes a whole bunch of difference in terms of industry standards. And maybe there's something we should do in terms of developing industry standards, maybe growing and gathering together like-minded individuals in the firewood business to do that, even if it's done on a state-by-state basis or maybe a national basis. If anybody's aware of a national association of firewood suppliers, that would be awesome. That way we can point to that. And again, I am not aware of one, but if there's something that could be done in terms of putting something together, that would be great. I'd be on board for helping to put together or define a national association for firewood suppliers. So anyway, just food for thought. I got something else, some other things that need to be discussed as well that I'll probably include elsewhere. Another issue with regards to industry standards is also in terms of definition is what does it mean really to be seasoned, quote unquote seasoned. Now I know it's generally understood that seasoned wood means any wood that's typically registers below 20% moisture and moisture content. But, that's what's typically said. But is there really a registered organization or paper that states that anything under 20% is considered seasoned wood by definition? That would be a huge help, I think, in the industry uh, to uh, to help define that. In addition, since several states indicate that there's no such thing as a face cord, perhaps an industry can define what a face cord really is by having lengths of wood equivalent to 16 inches versus 24. Because you can see that someone calls a face cord at 24 inches would be half of a face cord, or excuse me, half of a full cord, where it's at 16 inches, it would be a third of a full cord. So a face cord is hard to define in that realm. But if there was an association that had industry standards, published industry standards, that certainly would be vital in terms of helping to rectify any conflicts or disagreements in terms of what a cord is, or a full. There's no conflict in terms of what a full cord is. 8 by 4 by 4 is what it is, and that is 128 cubic feet. So that's one of the things that is pretty well standardized. But even that in itself, if the association, a recognized national association, acknowledged that, that would help stand up in a court of law. Not that a court of law is an issue, because of lawsuits are really non-existent that I know of, and it just helps define things for people who would belong, or our industry, to help define these terms. Oh, in case you're wondering, I'm at my part-time job, which is an indoor golf place. We do simulators here for people that want to play golf, and we're about to enter the busy season, which is the wintertime. So anyway, that's what the part-time thing is, where I'm sitting right now. There's another reason why a national association for firewood suppliers would be great, is not only does it help define standards, it helps define terms within our industry. It will help clarify things so there's not too much disagreement with regards to that. But it also gives us an opportunity to gather together for educational purposes and whatnot. 'Cause there's a lot of people out there, even part-timers or hobbyists in our industry, that really would like to know, how do I become full-time? How do I make money in it? And having an opportunity at different conventions, or different shows, even like the Paul Bunyan show. I assume that we would be welcome with open arms for as a group, as a formalized group anyway. So I'm all for that. So, and another thing that could help be defined by a group, a national group or a large group, would be definitions from a financial standpoint, in terms of not. It's really against the law to say what our prices per cord are, because any agreement between groups to do that on a national or even a local basis is price fixing, and that's not allowed by law. But in terms of from a business standpoint, how to understand how to price, and rather than just saying, well, the guy down the street has a $5 per bundle box, so I think I'm going to do $5 per bundle. But is that really financially viable for a person to do? That's not the way I price things, or do my pricing. My pricing is based upon my desired income and profits to do for a bundle. So our bundles are priced accordingly, not according to what what somebody else does. And that's so tempting to be able to produce that. Plus, a lot of guys say, well, I don't want to gouge the public. But really, what you're telling me when you say that is you don't have any business sense because you're not looking at what your costs are. You're only looking at what other people do rather than what you should do. And perhaps if the industry is losing money through certain pricing, like here in southern Pennsylvania, the price per cord is extraordinarily low compared to other areas in the country. Here locally, you can buy a cord of wood for anywhere from as low as $150 a cord to 175, 185. And I'd have to be based upon my numbers. I have to be up around 360. Well, how in the world am I going to compete with that? It's basically because the guys who price it so low, they just don't know what they're doing, and I don't think that they have an indication in terms of their cost. So as a professional, the lower prices kind of hurt us, but at the same time, you have to redefine your business. So indicating what your costs are, finding out what you should be charging, won't necessarily be, I guess, according to what your local is. It would be based upon what your numbers are, what your expenses are, how much money do you want to make, what is your time worth in terms of developing, your wood, how much do you want to charge yourself for cutting, for splitting? What about the equipment that you have? What's the value of that in terms of adding that into the price of your wood? So there's a lot of things I think we got to consider in terms of pricing, and it's not just a matter of what Johnny down the street has in his wood crib or his firewood crib, and what he's charging. That I know that the people out there don't, well, deciding how to charge based upon the dollars that are out there in the pocket. If you have a $5 bill, then that's what I'm going to charge, $5. Yeah, that's not financially sound. That's just not business wise financially sound. It might be if you want to have beer money or extra money for your for vacation or for Christmas, but at the same time, are you really wise about how you're pricing it? So hey, just food for thought. Friends, the other thing to consider in universalizing standards or whatever is basically what should we abide by. Now, there's different extension offices out there, different states that have best practices for firewood. Cornell University has an extension program that really does a great job in defining. From my understanding, Cornell has really done a great job in terms of defining, trying to establish standards, at least in the state of New York. But there are other states that have the same thing, and other colleges and universities that also have programs there to help define standards within the firewood industry. But those are independent organizations, and I know some states try to have regulations associated with them because of maybe some of the pollutions and pollutants or whatever. But if we had a national association, we'd be able to combine it all. So there'd be an understanding across the United States that would pull all these resources together to come to a common understanding of what is really viable for our industry. In addition, I believe that there was an organizational attempt to unify the industry called the National Firewood Association. I believe that's what it's called. And I also believe it was started by a supplier of firewood equipment. I could be wrong about that, but right now it's inactive as of the publishing of this video. And I know I have a call in to them to see what the story is about the National Firewood Association, see if it's going to be reinstated or what, or something can be revived. But just the same, I know that there was attempts made to do that, but maybe just never got traction. Now, you know, before I belonged to the Painting and Decorating Contractors Association, and that's also likewise a lot of small guys that wouldn't join, but there might be a few small guys that did. And honestly, those small guys that did join made all the difference in the industry and in the country with regards to establishing standards and all that. So that's my basis of comparison for the firewood industry. Yeah, there's going to be people that won't join. Yeah, there's going to be people who won't pay attention to it. But at the same time, there's a lot of organizations out there, different extension offices and colleges, universities that do have programs for establishing standards. What is it that we would adopt on a national basis? That's a good question. You know, and it depends upon how I handle my business. You know, and there's a couple other guys out there that do have actually seminars that they do about firewood business, and et cetera. And it would be great to have those kind of resources because from what I've seen, that's some good stuff, really great stuff. So anyway, just again, food for thought. You know, but right now I want to take you into putting on some change of pace with regards to putting on a couple stickers that we got from some friends. And some of those stickers include Larry and Robin from Outdoors with Larry and Robin, Woodruff Woods, and also Hogs Logs. Now, we have several. We have about 3 times that amount, maybe 9 or 10 stickers to put on, but I'm not going to do that all at once. We're just going to do that here. So here we go. All right. First one we'll put on is Larry and Robin, and we got a weatherproof area for you, all cleaned off and ready to rock and roll. This way, every time we turn this axis on, we'll look at Outdoors with Larry and Robin. So again, good people, and I'm looking forward to going down and meeting them, going down to their place. So, the next one I mentioned was Hogs Logs, as you see here, and we'll put them right down here. Man, I hope I'm putting this on straight. Oh, I didn't put that on straight. Oh well, sorry guys. And then the next one we have is Woodruff Woods. Catch us on YouTube. See how I can get this on. How their sticker looks like it's pretty well covered. So there we go. We got it. That's a nice size sticker. Nice. All right, let's see what we got here. Woodruff Woods. There we go. There's our 3 new stickers that we got on, and looking forward to putting some more on a little bit later on. So guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Thank you. And no, Danny's not with me. He is decided to watch the Hulk at home, and getting ready to watch the Orioles after they won the pennant. Yes. Let's go O's. Well, gang, thanks for watching. We appreciate your time watching the video. I really appreciate all the new subscribers that we've had come in. I know that we're just about at 600, if maybe not over by the time you watch this. We are plowing through to get to 1,000 members, and we'll probably be having a thank you giveaway for our 1,000 subscribers. So if you do, that'll be available to subscribers only. So look forward to it. And also, if you like, comment, and subscribe to this video, we really appreciate it. Thanks very much. Have a great day, and go O's!